Welcome on to another episode of your favorite podcast, Targo. How the hell are you, buddy?
I'm doing great, man. How the heck are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
You look like
what are you
doing
drinking
fantastic.
today, man?
So on Tuesday, I had a Voodoo Ranger. So
Okay.
it's no surprise. I got a pack of Voodoo Rangers, so I got another one. This one's different, though. Slightly different. It's Juicy Haze IPA, whereas the last one was Juice Force IPA.
Same, but different.
Slightly
but
different.
Still same.
Slightly
But still
different.
same.
I can't open this can, man. It's a tough one. Hold on. I don't want it to explode on my face.
That's what she said.
So we'll see. I've never had this one.
Tastes the same. Congratulations.
It does taste the same.
Congratulations.
I hate it
What
when
do you
you're right,
want
damn
from
it.
me? Today I'm drinking Killarney Red Lager from Byron Brewing. This makes no sense. It's a German name from an Irish town brewed in Montana.
Is it good?
It tastes like a red lager.
A red
What do you
lager,
want?
Okay.
Everything else. But I got two of them, so it's more fun that way.
Well, good for you, man. You're looking good over there in your light and dark blue, looking like you're supporting Brighton.
Yeah, right? I'm wearing the Brighton warm-up top without the Brighton logo. It's great. Anyways, those are our brews. Let's get to some banter. Welcome to Brews and Banter. Targo, today we are going to preview the weekend after international duty. Yes, I said duty. I'm so excited that club football is back. God, I hate international breaks. I do. We're going to talk about our combined 11 for the big game in the Premier League. And then we're going to talk about our top transfer rumors of the month of March, since we're going into April.
Yes, we are. It's already
one
April,
of my favorite months of the year, by the way. The Masters is upon us, my friend, which also means we have 1 month, 2 months, 1.5 months left of the Premier League. It's the best time of year.
When's the Champions League final? Isn't it something ridiculously
June
late?
10th. June 10th.
So late.
Yeah. I will correct myself from previous episodes. The final game of the English Premier League season is May 28th. So it is not 3 weeks before the Champions League final. The FA Cup final is a week after that, and then you have the Champions League. So I want to correct myself.
City in both of them.
Maybe all three. Who knows? Let's get to our predictions for
Let's get to
the
it.
English Premier League for April 1st. We have, guess what? First up, at the Etihad, Manchester City against Liverpool. Surprise, surprise, huh?
Liverpool already beat one Manchester team 7-0. Why not the other one? April Fools. Do you like that?
Man, you're funny. You're funny.
I'm hoping Liverpool can get a draw. I really am.
Targo, if you're right, I swear to God, I will drive to your house, deliver a pot of gold, and create a rainbow.
You dirty leprechaun, I bet you.
Yeah, I will. I swear to God, if Liverpool beat Manchester City 7-0, I will do it the moment it happens. So 6:30 in the morning, I'm headed to your house if it happens. No, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, April Fools.
April Fools, no. However, what is your real prediction here?
I think Liverpool can get a draw here, man.
Oh, God, I hope you're right.
I hope they do.
Right.
I'm going to say it.
To the Lord above that you were right, Targo. I'm almost tempted to say if they get a draw here, I will do the same thing. Drive to your house with a pot of gold.
Yeah, this man.
However,
so good.
I don't think Liverpool stand a chance in this game. They don't stand a chance. Manchester City have been so good lately. They've been so good lately. 16 goals for, 0 against in the month of March. I don't think Liverpool stand a chance.
Well,
I'd be less surprised if it was 7-0 for City than for Liverpool.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Just saying. I pray you're right. Don't get me
hope I'm
wrong.
right, man.
But I'm going to tell you, it's going to go all Manchester City in this one. Erling Haaland, 3 or 4. You take your pick.
Oh, you're going big the other way, huh?
Yep. 4-2, my prediction. You take your pick 3 or 4 for Erling Haaland. Virgil van Dijk looks overrated.
He does.
Yeah.
But not Allison.
No, in this game. Next up, we have Bournemouth against Fulham, which is probably a little harder to predict since this is an away game for Fulham. Notoriously struggling away from home.
They have been struggling a bit, haven't they?
Mm-hmm.
Not been playing very well, Fulham. And their
Bournemouth
last 5
winning
games,
1-0 against Liverpool last time out at home.
Yeah, in their last 5 games, they got 2 losses, a draw, and then 2 wins. Against a Bournemouth team, I would still expect Fulham to get a result. We'll see how many suspensions they have after that. FA Cup?
But I guess a better question is, do you think Mitrovic plays at all the rest of the season?
That hasn't come out yet, has it? We'll see.
No.
No. I do expect
it might have
Fulham
by
to
the time this comes out, but I haven't
yeah.
seen anything.
But yeah, I expect Fulham to get all 3 points here. I really do.
I do too, and I expect Mitrovic to not play the rest of the season.
You might not be wrong there. Lengthy ban for sure.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, elbowing a ref after a red card in an FA Cup quarterfinal? Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Next up, we have our boys, the Gunners Arsenal, at home against Leeds United. Do you see this going any other way but?
I think Leeds could provide a problem, but I do expect Arsenal to get all 3 points in this.
I see this going one way, and one way only. Arsenal are so good at home. Leeds are terrible away from home. Yeah. I'm sorry. This isn't Ellen Road. This is the Emirates, man. It's a fortress now.
I will say, when they played at Ellen Road, Leeds made Arsenal go to the limit there.
Oh, trust me. I was out of town in a bed that was very uncomfortable watching that game, and I was even more uncomfortable watching that game.
Yeah, it was.
However,
honestly, to get the win.
This is the Emirates, and the fans are rocking.
They are.
I don't know if I've ever seen a crowd for Arsenal this raucous since Highbury. I'm saying it now.
Highbury days.
Yes. And I might age myself here, but we might be some of the only Arsenal fans with a YouTube channel that have actually seen Arsenal play in Highbury and win a title at Highbury.
Old.
Yeah, we old. However, that makes us wise Arsenal fans, not these young guns that think we're going to fucking win everything. No. I'm too cautious for that. I've been through too much, man. It's been 20 years. However, I'm fully confident in this game. Arsenal win comfortably in this one.
I think they win for sure.
Next up, probably the most underrated battle of the weekend. You have Brighton against Brentford at the Amex.
At the Amex. Ooh.
At the Amex. This is going to be a good one. It's going to be a battle, right? If Brighton win, they're getting closer to a European spot. Brentford win, they have confidence of getting there, but really they're just putting a dent in Brighton's hopes for Europe at this point.
Yeah, kind of. I think I see a draw, man. I want to say Brighton, but I think I really do see a draw.
With Brentford's form away from home, I'm picking Brighton to win this one.
I knew you would. I know you're high on them.
Not because I'm high on God, I get them mixed up so much.
Brentford.
Not because I'm high on Brighton, but because Brentford is terrible away from home. There we go. Yes. That's why I pick Brighton to win this game. But
I mean, you want to get real though? Brentford have less losses than Brighton.
Yeah, and Spurs have more losses than Chelsea. Does that really matter that much?
I guess not. No, they don't. They have the same amount of losses. There you go.
9?
Yep.
And 9. You're right. Sorry. Spurs have more losses than Brentford, by 4.
Well,
How about
Spurs
that?
also have played a couple more games.
You're right. Either way,
That's why I'm going draw.
Spurs have lost a lot, and they're still in 4th. So
That's what happens when you play more games than the teams below you. So I think it's a draw. That's what my gut's telling me. I'm gonna stick with it.
okay. Next up, Crystal Palace against Leicester City. Pivotal battle in the top, the bottom. Sorry, not the top. Well, I guess top of the bottom, right?
Top of the bottom.
Top of the bottom. We got 12th against 17th. If Leicester win this game, they could jump all the way above Crystal Palace.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, nuts. This one, however, is a home game for Crystal Palace. New old manager bounce. New old manager bounce. New record. Resetting his old new record. Roy Hodgson is the oldest manager ever to manage a Premier League game, which he's now set 3 times. Just saying. First for Crystal Palace, then for Watford, now for Crystal Palace again.
How old is he?
75 years old and like 100-something days.
I think Crystal Palace will get the new manager bounce here and get a win.
New old manager bounce, I agree. They're at home.
Yep.
Roy Hodgson's the good home feeling. Yeah, I agree. I love to see Roy Hodgson back at Crystal Palace. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Even though it's only for 2 months, I don't care. I love to see it. I hate to see Patrick Vieira get fired, but I love to see Roy Hodgson back. I'm giving the win. Next up, we have Nottingham Forest against Wolves. Another one. In the words of DJ Khaled, another one. Another bottom of the table clash.
Apparently, I don't listen to DJ Khaled because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Another one. 13th.
I know Queen. Another one does.
Well, I mean, one of these teams is going to, according to you. 13th against 16th. Nottingham Forest is at home, man.
Wolves.
Do they get the win against Wolves?
I'm going with Wolves all the way.
I am too. No surprises here.
I did not expect that from you. I thought you picked Forest because they're at home.
Yeah, no, I Wolves got too much quality,
Finally,
man.
You're getting smart, man. Finally.
I think they're getting the win against a Nottingham Forest side that, while they have a good squad on paper, they do not play well together unless they're playing against Manchester City.
And then they get luck on their side.
And then they get lucky. Yeah. Next up, Chelsea against Aston Villa. I'm actually excited about this game. How about you?
Yeah, Villa are a pretty exciting team going forward. Unai Emery, man, I'm glad he came back to the Premier League with this Aston Villa side. This one could be a good one.
It's 10th against 11th. Villa can jump above Chelsea on this one.
Ooh.
They have the same amount of games played. It's just goal difference. Does Chelsea's new run of form, where they're actually scoring goals and winning, make a difference to you?
I would have said yes before a couple weeks ago when they drew Everton. But that draw against Everton,
at Stamford Bridge, by the way, for those of you
honestly,
listening.
I'm going to judge Graham Potter on this game. This is the team level on points with Chelsea, right above them or below them. If Chelsea don't win this game, I'm going to be officially a Graham Potter out.
Okay. I don't think Chelsea lose this game. Just letting you know.
Okay.
However, if it's close, I will agree with you.
I think if Chelsea
because
don't win,
a club,
Chelsea have to get all 3 points, or I am Graham Potter out. He should not be there.
Even if they get all 3 points and it's close, a club of Chelsea's stature, with the amount of players they've signed and the amount of money they spent, with the coach of Graham Potter's apparent stature, if they don't win it convincingly, I'm Graham Potter out.
Okay.
This is a game they should win convincingly with a club of the stature of Chelsea.
100% agree with you.
Yeah. Yeah. I just...
Whether they do
I don't want to be harsh to Graham Potter as he's coming from Brighton to Chelsea, but the expectation of Chelsea as a club who, in the Premier League era, notoriously is towards the top of the table, they need to be higher up, and they need to win this game, and they deserve to win this game with the amount of players they have that are high quality. That's it.
So I'm gonna be harsh now on Graham Potter. I was a little soft on him, I think, earlier, a couple months ago. His run of games, they had a few wins there, but you look at the games they won. The tough one was against Dortmund, but then a Leeds team, games they should have been winning. And then
the draw against Everton.
That draw against Everton, man.
Bad.
That was real bad. And so I'm going to judge them heavily on this game. And if they don't get a win, I think Chelsea should sack them.
That soon, huh?
Right now. Go get Julian Nagelsmann.
In my opinion, because Tuchel is gone, Tuchel's out, they don't want to rehire him. Who's out there?
Nagelsmann,
who's better?
Go get him.
Who's better? Who?
Go get Julian Nagelsmann.
Okay. I give Potter
you
to
might
the end of the
get him
season
before Tottenham gets him.
I give Nagelsmann to the end of the, or not Nagelsmann, Potter to the end of the season before I hire Nagelsmann. However, he's on a very short leash as it is, and I think his fate is sealed for the end of the season because of how much money they spent on him to get him from Brighton. They have to at least go to the end of the season with him.
Especially
they're not going to get European places. They're not going to get European places. The only way they're going to do it is win the Champions League. I don't think Nagelsmann's going to help. They're playing Real Madrid. That's game over for them.
And it is, honestly, like, especially when they get dumped out to Real Madrid, which, again, we both probably have them going out to Real Madrid.
No, it's not probably.
For surely.
It's a surely, yeah. I don't think they stand any chance.
So, what's the point of keeping Potter around then? They did, pardon my French, shit in the Premier League. They're sitting in 10th place.
To see,
and if they lose to Aston Villa, who then go above them, and they drop into 11th place?
It's turned around lately. I mean, granted, they were shitty before.
But those were games they should have won.
Yeah.
They should
But they
be
beat
winning.
Dortmund. So he gets a little bit on that leash. However, I think you're right.
Against Everton, man, shortened it right back up for me.
Oh, yeah. I agree, though. If they lose this game, it's a draw even.
A draw even, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Potter out. Get him out of there.
Okay. I mean, I'm there too, but I don't think they do it. Just saying. On the second, we have West Ham against Southampton. This is a crucial battle at the end of the table. If Southampton win this game, they go above West Ham. A team that is still in Europe and undefeated in Europe. It doesn't make any sense to me the form that West Ham is in, knowing that fact.
If West Ham lose this game, I think I'm also David Moyes out.
100%. I don't think they lose this game.
They shouldn't lose this game. I would.
They shouldn't.
For me, I am picking West Ham to win that game, and they need to win that game.
But if they do, I am David Moyes out 100%, and there's 100 coaches out there that are better than David Moyes. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I agree with you. West Ham, they need to win this game. This is a must-win game for them to stay in the Premier League. They should win this game on paper.
You want a really terrible, bold prediction right now?
You going to go a draw or a Southampton win?
I'm going to go with if Southampton draw or win this game, David Moyes is out. Sam Allardyce gets hired for the rest of the season.
Interesting prediction. I like it. I don't think it's too bold. I like it.
I think it's bold, but I also don't think West Ham will lose this game. So
they shouldn't, and I don't think they will.
Next up, probably the biggest game for top four implications. Newcastle at home against Manchester United. Manchester United without Casemiro, who's been their linchpin all season. It's huge.
I would say their second best player behind Marcus Rashford.
I would almost go with their best player behind.
Yeah, arguably, yeah. I mean, because they were definitely different before he came into the squad.
He completely transformed the whole squad.
He did, yeah.
I mean,
Maybe
I understand Rashford has been insane this season. His form is amazing. He deserves to be in the team of the season for the Premier League. Casemiro, completely different level.
But does Casemiro make it into your team of the season? Or are you going to put Partey?
Probably. Depends on what formation I decide to go with. But that's later. We'll figure it out later.
That's for another episode at the end of the
Yeah.
season.
That's the end of the season episode. We'll get there.
So make sure you guys tune in for that one because we'll have that, I'm sure, now.
Well, yeah, duh. Come on. Anyways, the real prediction for this game. This is huge for Newcastle more than Manchester United. I guess technically if Tottenham win and Manchester United loses, Tottenham goes in the third.
Tottenham could have gone to third if they would have beat Southampton and not drawn them a couple weeks ago.
They could.
I think this ends in a draw.
I hate to say it. You're right. Yeah. Newcastle can't score enough goals. Manchester United are very good going forward, but Newcastle's defense is stellar. Nick Pope back in goal.
Isak has looked impressive the past.
Casemiro's not in there. Bruno Guimaraes gonna run ragged against I don't even know. McFred. McFred. I don't even know. I
like how you did it, combined them.
Yeah. Without Casemiro in there, that's what it is, right? It's McFred. So.
Takes both of them to do Casemiro's job. That's for sure.
Exactly. When Bruno Guimaraes run all over him. However, Newcastle can't score goals.
Hey, Isak, man, he's looked impressive the past couple Premier League games.
Alexander Isak, I mean, he looked good against Belgium the other day. I watched it. However, for Sweden, he's got no distribution. So.
Oh no, he's a lone guy up there.
I think the difference maker in this one is Miguel Almiron. He's always going to be the difference maker, especially making crosses. And Newcastle need them.
The difference maker.
Yeah.
Isak, he's not that guy who will just stay forward. He'll come out to a wing and provide some service too.
Him and Trippier on the side there, on the right side. We'll see. Manchester United are really good on the left side. Newcastle very good on the right side. It'll be a very good battle. It'll be very interesting. I'm excited to see it.
So am I, yeah.
I think it's a draw.
Nonetheless. I already said a draw, so yeah, I think so too.
Okay, on the third, Everton versus Tottenham. This is at Goodison Park. How do you see it going?
I think this could also be a draw for Everton. Spurs are garbage away from home.
Better question. Is Antonio Conte still the coach of Tottenham by the time this game starts?
Probably shouldn't be, if I'm being honest. The way he threw players and the owner under the bus, but decided not to take any blame from himself.
I know that we had a full discussion about this conversation.
Yeah.
We came to a conclusion. Daniel Levy is the problem. I think they should keep hold of Antonio Conte. I do.
Really?
He said what the problem was. Okay, if I'm Daniel Levy, I challenge him to change it. You are a winning manager. You've won everything. This club is a cancer. Change it. Go ahead. I'll give you 1 year. Change it. Get rid of whoever you want. Sign whoever you want. Change it. It's not going to make a difference. They might make the Champions League. They might not. It's not going to matter because they would do the same without him. Is it going to change anything? No. It's not.
No, you're not wrong.
It's
not. What's funny?
Even with Ryan Mason as an interim manager, it's not going to change anything.
We've been seeing this for years with Tottenham, man. I mean, Antonio Conte, Jose Mourinho,
Pochettino,
Santo, Pochettino, all those managers, man.
I feel bad for Santo, though. The right manager at the wrong time.
Just all of them.
Wrong time.
Again, being an Arsenal fan, I see all these managers going there, and I get worried. I'm like, dang, this manager, he's going to turn it around. Managers. They're going to do fantastic.
Great players on paper.
And they never do.
No.
The past 4 or 5 managers, they just never
What did they, again, like we said on a previous podcast, what do they do then?
I mean, they get into top 4. Good. That's great
Yeah.
for them. They're in the Champions League. They get that revenue, but
The best they're going to do this season is finish top 4.
they literally have nothing to show for it. No FA Cup, no League
No.
Cup,
But that's
no
the best they're
Champions
going to
League.
do this season.
Oh, this season, 100%. The best they can do this season is to get in the Champions League, which,
Then
I mean, you
why
and I
get
both
rid of
think
Antonio
they will not
Conte?
get there.
Why get rid of Antonio Conte then?
Maybe go for Nagelsmann. I don't know. I guess
Is he better?
Again,
is he better than Antonio Conte, or is he just going to be saying the same thing that the last 3 managers have said?
he probably will be 100%. I think you're right.
Yeah. Keep him. See
But
what the fuck he's going to do.
I don't think Daniel Levy will.
I dare you, Daniel Levy. Listen to me. I dare you. I bet you get better results with Conte than without him.
Listen to this Arsenal fan who's happy seeing you down there in the table.
I'm not. I'm really not. I love Arsenal. I love seeing Tottenham struggle, but I love a challenge. I don't love walking all over Tottenham like we have this season. I love Tottenham being a challenge. Right now, they suck. They suck hard. They keep Antonio Conte, they win this game. If they don't, draw. Or even lose. Those are my predictions.
I think it's going to be a draw. Sean Dyche is obviously focusing on that defense at Everton.
Yep.
Last time out, they got a draw against Chelsea. They're at home. They play better at home. That's where all their points are coming from.
They beat Arsenal.
And I expect them to get another point at home against Tottenham.
Okay. All right. After that rant, let's get over to the Bundesliga before we get on to more rants. On the first, we got Union Berlin against Stuttgart. Do you see this going any other way but one way only?
Man, Union Berlin third, Stuttgart bottom of the table. Union Berlin, they finally got to win their last game out against, I believe it was Eintracht Frankfurt.
Mm-hmm.
Told you they were going to win that game. You didn't believe me.
No, you're right. You're right. Especially after losing to Union Saint Gilloise.
Yeah, in the Europa League, they did.
And they got hammered.
One way only, man. Union Berlin.
Yeah, me too. I think so too. All right. Next up, we got RB Leipzig against Mainz. You see it anything other than one way only? I mean, Leipzig's at home.
Yeah.
Mainz are ninth.
Here's one thing to say about Mainz, though, man. They have not lost a game in their last 5.
Yeah, it's true. Leipzig have not been consistent either.
No, they lost their last game out. I can't remember who it was to.
Was it VfL Bochum? Right?
I know I picked them to win it. Honestly, I think this could go draw.
I'm going to pick a Leipzig win. I believe they lost their last game to Bochum, right? Right?
I can't remember who they lost it to.
Anyways, I'm going to go with Leipzig win in this one.
That was many beers ago, too.
I know it was. So many. And an international break, which means more beers. Next up, Schalke against Bayer Leverkusen. Leverkusen flying high off of a win against Bayern Munich. Schalke, I believe, did they draw somebody?
They drew their last game.
Yeah.
But here's another weird fact. Schalke, who are second bottom from the table, have also not lost a game in their last 5.
Surprise, surprise, huh?
Almost half their points have come in their last 5 games.
Wow, that's a shocking stat.
But I expect Bayer Leverkusen, man, they're in good form. Again,
especially after beating Bayern Munich, yeah.
They're on 3 wins on the bounce. Florian Wirtz is playing out of his mind right now, and he's got 8 goal involvements in 13 games. So he's doing well, and I expect him to keep rumbling on.
Same. Leverkusen. I mean, you picked them to win the Europa League. I expect them to climb up the table.
No, I picked them to make it to the final.
Sorry. You predict them to make it to the final of the Europa League. I predict them to climb up the table in the Bundesliga. I expect them to win this one handily, which ties us into Der Klassiker. Bayern Munich against Borussia Dortmund. Bayern Munich with a new head coach in Thomas Tuchel. However, this is at the Allianz Arena. This is a home game.
And Tuchel's old team.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know who to pick.
Dortmund have lost one game this year.
Yeah, I know. No,
Bayern Munich lost to Bayer Leverkusen in their last game.
this calendar year, yes. Dortmund have only lost once.
Well, that's this year, right?
Yeah.
This year.
Not this
season. I didn't say season.
There you go. I know.
Year. Okay.
I don't know, man. I want Dortmund just to beat Bayern.
Yeah, I know, because you asked me the question: is Bayern Munich going to win the league, or is it going to be Borussia Dortmund? And you want Borussia Dortmund to win the league, and I said Bayern Munich are going to win.
My heart wants Dortmund to win, but I think Bayern will.
I think
new manager bounce.
Borussia Dortmund win this game.
Oh, okay. Why?
Or a draw.
Now he's flip-flopping. Now you're flip-flopping.
No, what I'm saying is Bayern Munich don't win this game. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because they're still shell-shocked from Nagelsmann getting fired out of nowhere.
I don't think they are. I think I bet you before he got fired, some players in that dressing room already knew it was coming.
I knew that he went after Manuel Neuer
and Thomas Müller.
And Thomas Müller. Yeah, and everybody else. I mean, of course, they're going to back those two. I mean, they're the two leaders of the locker room. However, you give, a week notice to Thomas Tuchel to turn this into what form Borussia Dortmund's been in? Nah, not for me.
Okay.
I think Dortmund, I would guess, at the best get a win, but most likely get a draw.
I'm going to go Bayern Munich.
Okay. We'll find out next week.
We will. I'm going to watch this game too, man.
Me too. I'm very excited.
This is going to be a fun one.
Yeah. Especially with Tuchel, his hat, his sweats. It's always going to say Dortmund. And I love the picture you posted on our Facebook group, by the way. Edited with Bayern Munich logos all over it. Clearly a Chelsea photo. Just saying.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, ESPN. Anyways, Targo. Let's go to La Liga. What we got?
La Liga. So on April Fool's Day, April 1st, we have Elche against Barcelona. So Elche, they suck. They're in 20th. Barca, they're the best. They're first in La Liga.
They're not the best, but they're the best in La Liga. I'll tell you that.
They're the best in La Liga. I mean, how do you not pick Barcelona to win this game?
I'm going to pick Elche to win. April Fools! Gotcha.
I got you on that Liverpool one. You're coming back to me, huh?
Touche, my friend. Barcelona run away with this one. This isn't even close. It's 1-0.
You're probably not wrong. A Busquets to Rafinha.
And for those of you listening on our podcast right now, my face is beet red. Those of you on YouTube, cheers. I'm red as a beet. You're welcome. Man. All right. How about the 2nd of April? So we're away from April Fool's Day.
Oh, yeah. 2nd of April. There you go. We have Real Madrid against Real Valladolid. Real Madrid in 2nd place. Pretty much that's where they're going to end up, I think. 2nd place. Real Valladolid, they're in 16th place. They're on 28 points. Real Madrid's on 56. On paper, this should go one way and one way only. But you never know with Real Madrid. And
so the Bernabeu, man.
They probably won't lose then, yeah.
They win. That's it.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Away from home, different story.
I'm going to go a goal for Benzema and Vinny Jr.
I don't think you're far off. I'm going to go Vinny Jr. and Rodrigo.
Okay.
Maybe Militao.
Rodrigo impressed me the last game out.
He's so good. I don't know why he comes off the bench every game. It doesn't make any sense.
I think it's... who they play as their top 3? Benzema, Vinny Jr., and is it Valverde?
It's either Valverde or Asensio, yeah. Which doesn't make any sense because Valverde is more of a center mid. So
Valverde, man, that guy can run forever.
He's so good. He's so good.
He's really good, yeah. Love Valverde. All right. Well, after Real Madrid, we have Villarreal against Real Sociedad.
Yeah, 4th against 6th. Let's go.
This is a good one. I think this ends in a draw, man.
Well, the
Both
way
teams-
that Sociedad's been playing, yeah, I agree.
They
They've
have,
been draw city
they
all
cannot
fucking
score goals.
the last couple of weeks. Draw, 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 draw. They beat, what was it, Valencia?
Yeah, they beat
Was it?
Valencia, but then it's draw, loss,
Yeah.
draw,
Yeah.
and
No.
then draw,
This
loss, and
is
Europa
a draw.
League.
It says draw written all over it. You could draw their logo. You could draw Villarreal's logo. It's still a draw between them and the Yellow Submarine.
It is. And then we also have Atletico Madrid against Real Betis.
Yeah, this is my favorite game of the
This is
weekend.
another close one, man. Third
Yeah.
against fifth. Real Betis in fifth on 45 points. Atletico Madrid in third on 51 points.
I'm sorry, I see this going one way and one way only. Atletico has been on fire and
Dude, they're
been
in fantastic
sneaky
form.
good. They're going to win this game. They're at home.
Yeah, in the last 5 games, man, 4 wins and
Yeah.
1 draw.
Yeah.
That one draw, I'm pretty sure was to Real Madrid.
Yeah.
They're
It was.
fantastic.
You were
form.
right, because
Griezmann-
that was the first game in March.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're Antoine Griezmann is on fire right now.
Griezmann's playing well. Alvaro Morata's playing
Sorry,
well.
Antonio Griezmann.
Antonio Griezmann. The Spanish version.
Yeah,
Switching
Anyways.
nationalities, yeah.
yeah. No, I Atletico Madrid wins this one. Griezmann probably gets one. I'd
gonna
say
say an assist
Carrasco
for
probably
Griezmann.
gets one. It probably ends 3-1.
Memphis?
with the third, maybe,
Yeah.
perhaps, quizás.
No say.
Yeah. Anyways, to the Serie A we go in Italy.
Yeah.
Enough with the Spanish. On April Fool's Day, we got Inter against Fiorentina.
Dude, Inter. What are they doing, man?
I don't know, and also, hence why I didn't ask you who you think's gonna win this game.
I'm gonna pick
Because
Fiorentina.
I don't even know, man. I don't know.
I'm gonna go off recent form. Fiorentina in their last 5 games, they've won 4 and drew 1. So their last 4 games they've won. Inter, let's look at their last 5 games. 3 losses and 2 wins.
Okay.
I'm going
Draw.
Fiorentina, man.
Draw. Written all
Probably not
over it.
wrong. It probably
Draw.
will be a draw, but
Draw.
Inter's pissing me off with all their shit form. I'm gonna pick Fiorentina.
I'll be honest with you. I bet they win. Inter does. But I'm going to go to the draw.
I think Lukaku, he scored on their international break for Belgium.
It was a good goal, but it looked like it skimmed off his head because of the amount of sweat that was on it. To be honest with you. People say Lukaku's overweight. He looks like he put on 20 pounds of muscle and he just can't run. As a personal trainer myself, I think his cardio just sucks butt. But no one's going to muscle him off a ball, so you put a ball in the box and he's going to head it in. It's going to happen.
There you go.
Draw.
Draw.
Next up, Juventus against Hellas Verona. You see this going any other way but one way
I'm
only?
going Juve, man.
Yeah, me too. And I have them getting even closer to those European spots, man. 15-point deduction, still going to make Europe.
So that was my prediction. If you remember,
Champions League. Yeah.
is I think Juve will fall just short of European place, but then they'll win the Europa League.
Well, what are they? 7 points short of a Champions League spot. They still have 11 games to go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can very well see them making it all the way up into 4th place. Like, it wouldn't be a surprise at all.
It's not out of the question for sure. The way these teams have been, I mean, the way both
The way-
Milan teams.
AC Milan, Inter, and Roma have been dropping points. Lazio, on the other hand, been a little more consistent, which surprised me. But
They beat
looking
Napoli,
at their-
don't forget.
the other team on paper, they're pretty good.
They are.
So, on the second, we got AS Roma against Sampdoria. Speaking of Roma, win in Rome.
Is that where they're at? Are they at home?
Mm-hmm. Do as the Romans do.
Yeah, Sampdoria suck, man. They're 19th.
Yeah, they're terrible.
However,
However, this is the Serie A.
it's the Serie A.
It's like an NCAA bracket. You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, Roma though they've lost 2 on the bounce. I think they right the ship here, get a win.
I agree. I think AS Roma will win this one. Next up, Napoli against AC Milan. Is this a preview of the Champions League quarterfinal?
I gotta say, man, I think this is gonna be another game I'm gonna watch for sure. This is gonna be a good one. I want to see how this plays out because it obviously is a little precursor to the Champions League.
It's only a week and a half away, right?
Yeah.
2 weeks. 2 weeks away.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's in Naples though, and then just this Napoli team, man, they're so good. They're so good. That midfield, that forward line, their defense is playing good. Fun to watch.
One way only. I guess the better question is, when does Napoli clinch the title? Is it this week, next week, 2 weeks from now?
When is it? I gotta see when it's actually possible for him to win the title.
I'll do it
soon.
It's within the next 5 weeks for sure. Probably more like 3.
I was gonna say 4.
It's all dependent on Lazio at this point.
Yeah, because Napoli, they're in 71 points, man. Lazio, who are in second, are on 52.
19 points back.
That's a lot.
Yeah. The 6 games. Plus a draw, I guess.
Napoli have only dropped 10 points.
Mm-hmm.
2 losses and 2 draws. It's theirs.
Yeah, I don't see them dropping any points.
I expect maybe them to drop a few, maybe 7.
I meant in this game, but
in this game, no, not any points in this game. I think once they win that league, they'll be focusing on the Champions League.
100%. But they got to beat Milan 3 times, so
which I think they will. The way they're playing this year,
I don't at all. We've heard our predictions.
Yeah.
I don't have to say anything more. So let's get into Manchester City and Liverpool. This is going to be a hell of a game. I almost guarantee neither one of us will be awake when it starts. Because on the West Coast, it's at 4. I guess it would be 5:30 in the morning, yeah? Because they don't have, what is it? Daylight savings in England? So it would be 5:30 in the morning now. But still, that's early. So let's get into their combined 11 since we're going to miss the start of it.
All right. So I'll start from the back. So I did change mine. I know originally I was going to put Ederson. I did not put Ederson. I put Alisson. I like Alisson's shot-stopping ability. I think it's better than Ederson's. So that's why I have him there. For my right back, I have whoever Man City plays. Who knows? Will it be Kyle Walker? Will it be John Stones? It doesn't matter. I'm picking.
It doesn't matter. They're better.
It doesn't matter. I'm picking whoever they put it right back.
Doesn't matter.
Trent, my dude, you've struggled this season. I would say the jury is out for you whether or not you're world class.
World class attacker, championship side defender, in my opinion. Saying it now.
Yeah. My defense, my center backs, I'm going to go Man City's Ruben Dias and Manuel Akanji. As you may have heard on a previous episode, I now believe Virgil van Dijk is overrated and not a very good defender. However, my left back, I'm going with Andrew Robertson.
Second best left back in the Premier League this season.
Who's the Man City right back? Nathan Ake? Not
left
really
back?
left back.
Left back? Okay, yeah.
Not really left back, though. More of a center back, kind of playing a left back role. And so I'm going Andrew Robertson there. In the midfield, no surprise, Liverpool's midfield is absolute trash. I'm going Man City midfield in Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne, and Bernardo Silva.
Which is funny, because Bernardo Silva doesn't start.
He might.
Very often, at least.
And then for my 3 up top, In the attack, on the right, I'm going Mohamed Salah. On the left, Mr. Jack Grealish, who has turned things around at Man City, and I feel like has performed pretty well. And then it should come no surprise, the striker, Mr. Erling Haaland.
The robot himself.
The robot, top goal scorer in the Premier League. Most goals for Man City in the season. He's a beast.
Soon to be Premier League record.
Soon to be
goal scorer.
Wouldn't it be something if he what's
did it in this game?
Yeah, he won't though. And he's a few goals behind, isn't he?
5.
Yeah.
I think it's 29 versus 34. Could be wrong. Anyways, I went with Ederson at goalkeeper.
You did.
I did. Better feet.
Mine to Allison.
Better feet. Better distribution.
His distribution, I will say, is very good. But
it's the best in the world compared to other goalkeepers,
because he's a goalkeeper, and you want your goalkeeper to stop shots.
I think he's been fantastic this season.
He has.
Better than
I
Allison.
Disagree with you. They're both
Allison's
fantastic.
led in a lot of goals. That's all I got.
They're both fantastic.
I'm going to go the opposite direction on defense. I'm going Andy Robertson, left back. Well, because he's been the second best left back in the Premier League this season behind Alexander Zinchenko. Center backs, you can be surprised by this one. Ibrahim Konate. Yeah. Underrated center back. And John Stones. No matter where he plays, I had to put him in because he's been one of the best center backs or right back for Manchester City.
Yeah, now I'm curious who your right back is. Is it
Kyle Walker? Surprise. Yeah. It's Kyle Walker. Yeah. Because Trent Alexander-Arnold is garbage this season.
He's just straight garbo.
You can't even consider him. So, center mids, I went the same. De Bruyne, Rodri, and Bernardo Silva because, well, duh. Up front, I'll be honest with you. I've seen the form of Riyad Mahrez this season versus Mo Salah, and I picked Riyad Mahrez.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Phil Foden, because I feel like he is better than Jack Grealish, and I'm still not sold on him, even though his form has been better of late.
Does Foden play on that left wing, though?
He usually does.
He's more on the right.
It's either him or Grealish. Mahrez is usually the starter, or him or Julian Alvarez. I almost picked him on the left, to be honest with you. But I had to pick the robot himself up front. He is too fucking good. I'm sorry. I had a prediction last week. I got to stick with him. That man is a robot, goal-scoring machine. I think his international groin injury is a good old Sir Alex Ferguson tactic of Pep Guardiola gave him a call and said, hey, buddy,
you're hurt.
We need you for the rest of the season. Don't even risk yourself for Norway in these European qualifiers. Say you're hurt because they can't check the groin. You're welcome. He's not hurt. It's bullshit. He's not hurt at all. Sir Alex Ferguson was onto it, and he did it all the fucking time. You ain't fooling nobody, Pep. You ain't fooling nobody. Erling Haaland's not hurt. Bullshit.
Oh, man.
He's a fucking robot. He's made of machine parts. Get the fuck out of here.
Robots don't get hurt.
No, robots don't get hurt. You replace the parts. Squeak a little oil on there.
Little WD-40, man. You
get out of here. Bull crap. All right. On to transfer rumors. This will be fun. Targo, I need your top 5, please.
Okay.
Let's go with one, and I'll go with one, and go back and forth, because this will be fun.
Sounds good, man. My top rumor has to deal with the GOAT himself, Lionel Messi. A Saudi Arabia team, Al Halal, is offering him $220 million a year to come play in Saudi Arabia.
I'll counter that with Barcelona's trying to bring back Messi this summer. Sergio Aguero, his best friend, and godfather of his children,
Yep.
says it's 50-50 chance of going back to Barcelona.
Can Barca
Which
afford
we
him,
all
though?
know is dependent on Barcelona clearing out half their squad
They
before
will
it
have
happens.
to clear a lot of money. Would you rather go to Barca or go get 220 mil from Saudi Arabia?
I mean, if I'm Messi, I'm going with nostalgia. I'm going back to Barcelona. But the question is, can Barcelona afford me without paying referees? I'm just saying.
Probably not.
Probably
And on
not.
that-
So I'll take Saudi Arabia. Thank you. Next question, Alex Trebek.
And because of that, PSG are interested in Rafael Leao because Lionel Messi seems apparent to leave.
Yeah.
Rafael
All
Leao,
right.
currently at AC Milan, 23 years old. What do you
Has
think? Do you think
said
that'd
he
be a good
doesn't.
fit?
He has said he doesn't want to leave Milan.
He does want to stay at Milan, it seems
He
like.
does.
That's for
really
sure.
bad. I don't see it happening. I know PSG might seem like an attractive offer, but if I'm from our side looking at it, PSG is not an attractive offer to anybody.
No.
If Messi
Unless you're a young
leaves,
French player.
done. I'm out. Rebuild, start over, sell everybody, get out. Start over. Reset button.
Like I said, I think that whole club needs a change in order to become successful, as I had mentioned in the Champions League, especially.
100%.
So, I don't think it happens either.
No, I don't. Speaking of probably not happening, but might, Real Madrid are to attempt to meet Erling Haaland's release clause in the summer of 2024 of £200 million.
Whew. That's a lot of moolah, man.
Be just short of Neymar's world record transfer fee. However, 100% worth it. Neymar was not. Erling Haaland, 100% worth it.
I don't know. I don't think it happens.
I said he's worth it. I never said it happens. Go ahead.
Yeah. I would like to see him stay in the Premier League.
I mean, we want to see all the best players play in the Premier League. However, what we said about Erling Haaland breaking Cristiano Ronaldo's record, the only way he's going to do it, going to Spain.
Well, and I said he wouldn't, so I don't think he will. But speaking of Real Madrid and world-class talent, Real Madrid potentially willing to swap Vinicius Jr. for Kylian Mbappe. So Vinny Jr. is 22, Mbappe is 24. If you're PSG, do you even entertain this?
No. Not at all. Kylian Mbappe,
if you're
in
Mbappe,
my
you
opinion,
entertain this.
other than Messi, best player in the world. Give me another player besides Vinny Jr., maybe. Like a Benzema, which I don't think he will. But his contract's up in the summer.
I would rather have Vinny Jr. than Benzema.
Well, I'm saying both. Give me both, and I'd consider
maybe Vinny Jr. and a little cash.
Vinny Jr. and Benzema, and I'll consider it with some cash for Mbappe.
Oh, no.
Consider
the potential
it.
for Vinny Jr. is very high. He's only 22 years old.
And
He's already one of the
Mbappe's
best
is even
wingers in the
higher.
world.
Even at 22. When they were the same age, Mbappe's was much higher. Just saying.
I disagree with you. I think Vinny Jr. maybe 40 mil.
Mbappe is worth at least 100 plus, 150.
I would say Vinny Jr.
200?
is too.
Well, I'm not Real Madrid, and I haven't been burned by Mbappe, so
that's true. I don't think this will happen. Having said that, but I think if you're Mbappe's got to leave PSG.
100%. Yeah, you want to entertain any offer that comes in for you. Anything better than PSG. All right, I'm gonna switch 100%. We're getting away from Real Madrid. We're getting away from the best players in the world. We're going to go with the best young talent.
All right.
All right. Gabriel Viega.
Okay, yeah, he's been linked to a
20-year-old
bunch of clubs lately.
at Celta Vigo. Stud of a midfielder. He's being monitored by Arsenal, Barcelona, and Real Madrid. 40 million is what it takes apparently to get him. All are rumored to want to put in a bid for him. For all the clubs, I would say Arsenal probably makes the most sense as a replacement for Granit Xhaka. Real Madrid are stacked in midfield. Barcelona, he ain't going to get no playing time. I'm sorry.
I'll admit I haven't seen him play much. Apparently, I'll have to go check out some tape with all these clubs linked to him. I know he's a young kid.
So good. Yeah.
So I don't have much of an opinion on this, but I have seen his name pop up quite a bit. That a lot of clubs are interested in him.
Yes. Yeah. It, to me, is a Barcelona signing in the making, I'll be honest. That's what it sounds like. Yeah. However, Barcelona's financial situation and the players they're going for, it makes no sense. So
especially with them have to get Pedri.
Yeah.
Or not Pedri.
And Gavi 40 million with the way Arteta's been spending money is nothing. So just saying.
No, it's not.
Especially a replacement for Granit Xhaka. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. Well, sticking to the Premier League, man. But Man United and Chelsea interested in Randall Colomwani.
Ooh.
Which I would love to see him in the Prem, but it's said that he would cost 120 mil.
I mean, if you're Frankfurt, do you accept anything less than that? I mean, he's your best player, and he's arguably the best player in the Bundesliga right now.
I think if you're Eintracht Frankfurt, you see 100 mil come knocking, yeah.
Are you taking it up front or in payments?
I mean, I don't know. We would see what each club...
I'd take 120 in payments.
120, and if it's Chelsea knocking on the door with Todd Bowley's checkbook.
Or Manchester United with a new owner.
Or Man United with a new owner. But I think he'd be fantastic. I think he would... I think he'd be good at both teams.
He would be the interchangeable striker that Chelsea need.
Right there, dude. He's fluid. He can move all along that front three. 100%. And that's what I like about him.
Yeah. Manchester United doesn't make quite as much sense. Because they need a number 9. They don't need an interchangeable striker.
Solid striker. Because they have Rashford and whoever's going to be on the right, whether it's Jadon
Sancho, Anthony, Garnacho. They got plenty of depth. They need a striker. 100% they need a striker. Whether that's Harry Kane, Victor Osimhen, which brings me into my next rumor.
Ooh, Victor
Osimhen. 150 million, Napoli says. Chelsea and Manchester United interested. Apparently, Arsenal is the number 1 contender, which doesn't make any sense to me because nobody's going to pay 150 million for him, besides maybe Manchester United or Chelsea. And Manchester United would have to have a new owner.
I think he's the best fit at a Man United.
I think Harry Kane. I'm going to stick with it. Harry Kane is the best fit for Manchester United. He knows the playing style, especially if you put Sancho on the right. He's played with Rashford and Sancho before. It's instant team chemistry, instant way they want to play. Ten Hag is perfect. It just fits. I'm sorry. It's money-making, trophies, everything.
Yeah, I've been a fan of Harry Kane going to Man United for a while now.
I know. I'm an Arsenal fan. I hate to see teams suck. If Tottenham lose Harry Kane, they're going to suck for a generation.
It'll definitely be hard. Hard for them.
I'm sorry. Sure. They will not be the same because he is by far the best player they've ever had. In England, too. Congratulations, Harry Kane, breaking Wayne Rooney's record for most goals for an England international.
Yep, did that
however,
last weekend.
Tottenham will struggle to replace him for generations.
100%.
Especially because they signed Richarlison to replace him. He's got 0 Premier League goals.
I saw
0.
Thing.
And he's hurt now, so he has 0 for the season. Just saying.
It was
worst signing of the season. Richarlison. Done.
Okay, man. Okay. William Saliba has more goals than Richarlison. Arsenal center back.
Just saying.
Yeah. But my last transfer rumor is a up and coming young talent. He's only 19 years old. Plays for Bayer Leverkusen. There's a whole host of clubs in for Mr.
so
Florian
many.
Wirtz.
So many.
Where will he end up? Barcelona are interested. Real Madrid and Liverpool are eyeing the midfielder.
Manchester City to take place of Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, he's got
All
8
of them.
goals, 8 goal involvements in 13 games. He had a little bit of a injury here at the beginning of the season, but since coming back from that injury, man, he is on fire, assisting, scoring goals in Bundesliga and the Europa League. He's one of the reasons why I have Bayer Leverkusen making it into the Europa League final.
And he's a stud.
He's a stud.
Hey,
yeah.
In my opinion, he won't be the same player as Kevin De Bruyne, but by the time he hits the same age, he could be the same caliber.
Potentially.
Same player, same caliber.
Honestly, I hope he stays in the Bundesliga for maybe another year or two.
I do too. I really do.
I don't want him to end up like honestly Kai Havertz is kind of who I don't want him to end up. Mm-hmm. Kai Havertz I thought was going to be a fantastic player in the Premier League. And don't get me wrong, he scored that 1 goal for Chelsea in a Champions League final. But that's
the only difference is Kai Havertz has been played as a striker.
False 9.
And Florian Wirtz is definitely not a striker. He's a number 10.
But so. Yeah, I'm high on Florian Wirtz, man. I think he's going to be a fantastic midfielder for the future. Only 19 years old.
Oh, I 100% agree. It would be fantastic. Well, no matter where he goes, he's one to watch.
For sure.
My last one, I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. Declan Rice. After his interview with Ian Wright and Bukayo Saka.
And on this high note.
Yep. He's apparently agreed to terms to join Arsenal verbally in the summer, with a £75 million deal being talked about with West Ham, depending on if they're relegated or not. Just makes sense. That's it. That's all I got.
World-class player, man.
World-class player. I know I talked about Gabriel Viega being a perfect replacement for Granit Xhaka. Be honest with you, Declan Rice is the literal perfect replacement for Granit Xhaka. It's an improvement and an upgrade and a replacement. All in one. English. Younger. I mean, I understand you got to pay English tax. $75 million for him is a steal, even with English tax. That's all I got.
I don't disagree with you, man. That would be a fantastic pickup for Arsenal if they can make it happen. But on that note, I'm pretty sure that's all of our transfer rumors, our top transfer rumors anyway. Make sure you guys let us know any transfer rumors that you've heard that we didn't mention. Let us know on our Facebook group. Always make sure to check out the Instagram, TikTok. We love posting videos on there so you can see our pretty faces. Josh's Get All Red on the YouTube. Make sure you check that out, the YouTube channel. Make sure you check out our Redbubble, get the merch. We appreciate you guys buying stuff on there. Keeps us doing this, which we love to do. It's a lot of fun for us. And on that note, we love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. And as always, cheers.
Cheers, fam. Love you.